us through some existing products and show us some really cool stuff that you guys have got on the market? Take us away maybe with this awesome story.
Yeah, all right, we'll start off with the hybrid flash. So this is kind of the newest member of the Backscatter family of lighting products. The hybrid flash is the most powerful video light and strobe combo out there. So it has an F40 maximum guide number, and also a 5,000 lumen video light built into the 90-degree. So great for photography, clearly. That bright light lets you shoot extremely bright scenes. You can overcome a ton of ambient light, no problem with that. Shooting things like sunballs is not really an issue with this flash. You can also customize your beam angle, different diffusers, and color temperature, and things like that as well. So kind of just walking through the strobe itself, we have our modes here. If you're an absolute purist and all you want is a strobe that you can control the power manually, of course it has manual power. It has a built-in pre-flash cancellation system too, so if you've got a camera with a pop-up flash or a fill flash, you can cancel that out and sync without any issues. You can also disable that too if you've got a manual trigger, so you can do kind of both ways with that. It also supports SC and SC macro mode, so that's smart control, which is our TTL system. So that works with OM/Olympus cameras, and also Sony with the upcoming flash trigger, which I'll show you guys in just a little bit.
And that's similar to what you have on the mini flash too.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah, so the same kind of automatic flash exposure. It's I think what we decided to call it is digital optical TTL. So it's a really kind of a smart way for both things to be speaking the same language and get a very accurate exposure. So SC would just be for kind of the general scenes, and SC macros work for when the strobe's close to something, because TTL sometimes has a hard time dealing with close scenes, so similarly to the mini flash 2, it compensates for that. And speaking of compensation, this strobe doesn't have compensation on the dial, so you're not going to be worrying about messing up your power position or setting it in the wrong spot. All compensation is in camera if you want to go that direction, depending on the look you want. And then moving over to, we got HSS, so high-speed sync. So if you're using RC mode TTL with an Olympus or OM system camera, you can actually do that through SC mode. Same thing with Sony with the flash trigger, but if you've got a Nikon or a Canon and you have a Turtle TTL or a UW Technics port, you can exceed your flash speed and sync speed like that. Those cool shallow depth of field, black background shots. And then last on it is probably one of my very, very favorite features of it, and that would be remote mode. So very similar to the mini flash 2, and they can actually mix and match with this, which is really cool. You can remotely transmit and receive power levels to a off-camera hybrid flash or mini flash 2. So it includes a light pipe that attaches to it to receive those signals. So basically, if you're shooting macro, you don't have to worry about disturbing the scene when you're changing power levels, or if you're shooting wide angle, you don't have to have a buddy that necessarily knows the strobe inside and out. You can change the powers on your camera while they're just busy off.
So tell me a little bit about like the beam angle.
Sure, of course, yeah. So without a diffuser, the way this one's set up right now, that's going to give you 120 degrees. That's really the brightest and kind of the most intense amount of light you'll get out of it. So you kind of want to use that typically if you're trying to overcome a lot of ambient light and you really need that extra flash power, or if you want to have a tighter beam in general. You also have the flat diffuser, so it includes a white flat diffuser that brings you to 140 degrees. So general use, really, softer, everything like that.
So that's going to light up some really big group scenes.
Yeah.
You really want to get that light.
Yeah, and when you really want to go for that, the 160 degree dome diffuser.
Okay.
That's the most even, softest, everything like that. And then along with those two, there's different color temperatures as well. So we've got standard white diffusers, 5500 Kelvin, 4500 Kelvin, and then the ambience, which are kind of a cool technical diffuser. You can match ambient color with them. Similar to some of those ambient video lights out there, kind of the same idea.
And so how does the video light work? Does it also have like an inbuilt ambient light filter, or do you add that?
So, yeah, the video light, you really want to just flip it over to the video mode to run it. It's going to be 5,000 lumens, and you don't usually run a diffuser. So, however you want to treat, your white balance is kind of the way to go with it. So, if you balance with your lights or not, that's how you're going to run it for the most part. So far, I wouldn't advise using the ambient diffusers with it. It's going to choke up too much light.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and then of course the power plant of it's got 2 lithium-ion batteries in there, 21700s, and a double O-ring seal, so a lot of protection against leaks and everything like that.
And how how much sort of shooting time are you getting out of this?
So at maximum power F40, that's 375 flashes. At lower powers, over 1,000 flashes. And no one is sitting there, almost no one, I'm sure somebody is, but just shooting it on the maximum power over and over and over again. So, like, you can shoot with this thing all day for the most part. So
Okay, so you don't need to recharge any batteries.
I've shot with it for several days from the digital shootout when I'm not using the video lens so much.
And the recommended retail price on this?
It's $8.99, so that's the standard retail price.
Yeah, which is really good price range for such a
For sure. Yeah, it's pretty competitive. Yeah, so then some other new things too. I mentioned that flash trigger. So I'll pull that out and take a look at it. We've been working on developing this so we can use Sony TTO. Fish it out of it. So this one's specifically designed for the Nauticam housing, and it's going to send that TTL signal over. You can also run HSS through the shooter. We're working on universal versions too. You can fit into multiple different kinds of housings. We plan on having a bulkhead as well for housings that might not play well with like a universal sticker that goes anywhere. And then we're also going to have one for OM and
And what's the sort of timing around the universal?
I am not sure. Yes. Yeah.
When they arrive,
they'll show up.
Yep.
They'll show up. Yeah. And then last but not least, this is kind of a hard deviation from the hybrid flash, but still GoPro, we love them. But we are working on a quick release mount for the Macromate mini lens. So basically, this will let you, when you're using the Sharp Wide Lens Pro, which is our wide-angle optic for GoPro, you can swap that out with the Macromate on the same dive. So previously, you couldn't do this. You could only use the flip filter kit with it. And then with the flip filter kit, you couldn't use the Sharp Wide Lens Pro. So we wanted to figure out a way to make sure people can use that. So this way you can easily store either of those and switch over from macro to wide on the same time.
It's just like a little easy push and click.
Yep.
Yeah,
push and click. Yep. We're making it look easy right now, aren't we? There we go. It helps if you look at the right side, it turns out. Line up the dots. Yeah, you just press the button in a quarter turn. I think it releases itself.
Yeah, that's super handy for like a macro wide shooter.
Yeah, exactly. Like all you need is a tripod,
easy,
some lights.
Nice lights.
You're all set. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
That sounds great. Well, thanks so much.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. That was great.
Have a great rest of the show.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.